Thank you. I just don't want to freeze, is all, you know? I'm like, okay. Okay, Shabbat Shalom and Chag Sameach. Chag means holiday or festival, Chag, and Sameach means happy. Because on Sukkot, which comes 5 days after Yom Kippur, a very serious holiday, 5 days later, we are commanded to be joyous and happy. So, the official greeting for Sukkot is not just Chag Sameach, but when somebody greets you during this holiday, you say, Moadim L'Simcha. May these days be filled with joy. And then after I say to you, Moadim L'Simcha, you say, Chagim Uzmanim L'Sason. May we be in these holidays at this time with rejoicing. So, here we go. You ready? Moadim L'Simcha. Okay, now I gave you these little cheat sheets to take with you because tomorrow when you come to Torah study at 9 o'clock in the Sukkah, I'm bringing some coffee and sweet treats, anything that you want. Like you say, Rabbi, I really like blueberry muffins. Good to know. I'll have those. Please join us at 9 o'clock in the Sukkah for Torah study. And then again on Sunday morning for religious school, when I say, Moadim L'Simcha, you'll know to say, there you go. So, wonderful. May all of us be blessed with joy and happiness at this season. This evening, we are going to begin with everyone bringing up their diapers and wipes, the offerings that you brought with you into the sanctuary. Now, why are we ceremonially bringing diapers to a pack and play in the middle of our Sukkot services, you might ask? Great question. You see, back in the ancient times, when 3 times a year we would bring offerings to the Holy Temple in Jerusalem, and we would give offerings from our fields to the priests and, of course, who became the rabbis would bless us, and we brought offerings for a blessing. Today, well, there's no offerings to be brought, but it is true that many people need diapers, many families, and we are in very high need. The call came out from the People's Resource Center, Rabbi, could your congregation provide diapers? I said, can we provide diapers? And so we'll ask all of you to bring up your diapers. The boxes go into the sides, and the smaller wipes and diapers go into the pack and play. And then I will have you stand up here while we do a very lovely blessing. After which, we are going to have our service, and then we're going to demonstrate how to wave the lulav and the etrog, which is the commandment for this holiday. And if you've never waved a lulav and etrog, you haven't lived until you do so. And so we're going to have everyone who would care to join us in the mitzvah of shaking the lulav and etrog to do so. You can do it inside with Rabbi Weiner or Marla Aviva Bentley, or we can go outside with me in the sukkah later tonight. And then finally, we will, after our service, after we've waved the lulav and etrog, then we have our own egg, because Jewish people love to eat, but especially it's because we love to lashev basukkah, we love to dwell in the sukkah. It's actually a commandment to do so, and we get to be happy when we dwell in the sukkah. So, to begin, let's have everybody who has brought with them into the sanctuary some diapers to please bring them at this time and to stay up here for a blessing. hayom asa Adonai nagila v'nismecha bo. Today, this is the day which God has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. You all came up to the bima with your hands full, and you've brought beautiful gifts to the synagogue, and we will share with them those who are in need. And we accept your gifts, and we ask God's blessing for all of you. Thank you so much for your generosity, for your kindness, but most of all, we ask God's abundance, God's shefa, to pour over us and to continue to bless us with abundance, with joy, and with love. Please be seated. And while everybody is sitting down, Cindy is going to sing Shehechianu, the blessing that we say at special occasions, thanking God to bringing us to this holy and spiritual time.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehechianu v'kimanu v'hikianu lazman hazeh.
It is my pleasure to invite to the bima at this time to sanctify our Shabbat and Yom Tov candles, David Coons.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kedishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu l'hadlik ner shel Shabbat v'Yom Tov.
Amen. Our opening song this evening is a nigun, a song without words, and it is my pleasure to announce that we will sing Ufros Aleinu.
Ya la la la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la la la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la. Ufros Aleinu Sukkot, Shlomecha, Ufros Aleinu, Sukkot, Shlomecha, ya la la, ya la la, ya la 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 la, ya la la, ya la la, ya la la.
We continue now with the Baruch Hu, which is on the very front page of our packet. Please rise.
La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la.
standing now as we sing the Shema.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto, Leolam Vaed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto, Leolam Vaed. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Please be seated as we continue chanting Ve'ahavta together.
Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol lebavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol meodecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi metzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinatam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha beitecha u'v'lechtecha v'derech u'v'shochbecha u'v'kumecha u'kshartam leot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot b'neinecha u'chtavtam al mezuzot beitecha u'visharecha leman tizkeru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'tem kedoshim Elohechem Ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim lihyot lachem Elohim Ani Adonai Elohechem.
And the top of the next page, let's read responsively. All this we hold to be true and sure. You alone are our God. There is none else, and we are Israel, your people. You give us our life. By your help, we survive all who seek our destruction. You did wonders for us in the land of Egypt, miracles and marvels in the land of Pharaoh. You led your people Israel out forever to serve you in freedom. When your children witnessed your power, they extolled you and gave you many thanks. Willingly they enthroned you, and full of joy Moses, Miriam, and all Israel sang this song together.
Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, nora tehilot, osei feled, mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh.
We continue now with our congregational Amidah, which begins on the next page. We don't have page numbers, apologies. Turn to the page that says Tefillah with this picture on it, and we will continue all together. Please rise.
Adonai sefatai tiftachu fliagi tehilatecha Adonai sefatai tiftachu fi hagiteilatecha. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim V'konei Hakol V'zocher Chastei Avot V'imahot U'mevi Geula Livnei V'neihem L'man Shemo Be'ahava Melech Ozer U'Moshia U'Magin Baruch atah Adonai Magin Avraham Ve'ezrat Sarah Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai Mechayei Metim Atara Ve'Hoshia Morid Hatal Mechalkel Chaim Bechesed Mechayei Metim Berachamim Rabim Somech Noflim Verofeh Cholim Umatir Asurim Umekayem Emunato Lishenei Afar Michamocha Baal Gevurot Umido Melach Melech Memid Umechayeh Umatzmiach Yeshua V'ne'eman atah l'hachayot metim Baruch atah Adonai Mechayei hametim Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh U'kdoshim b'chol yom yehalelucha salah Baruch atah Adonai Ha'el HaKadosh.
Please be seated. Since it is Shabbat tonight, we do take a moment to think about those in our community who are in need of healing, whether that's healing of mind or body or spirit. And on this Shabbat, we think of Rabbi Bruce Goldwasser, Rabbi Fred Wenger, James Koenig, Nailish Mehta, John Eulenberg, Masha Bat Chana Hova, Bernice Jacobson, Barry Fidlow, Lan Bouton, Sonia Maria Reimar Miller, Carol Pretnar, Denise Fleischer, Clara Williams, Frederick Bryan, Rachel Basio, George Verdager, Sharon Guthrie, and all who suffer whom we know not by name. Mi sheberach avotenu Avraham Yitzchak Yaakov ve'imotenu Sarah Rivka Rachel v'Leah hu yivarech v'yirapeh kol cholei Yisrael v'yishlach lahem bimheira refuah shlema refuat hanefesh refuat haguf v'nomar Amen. May God, who blessed our ancestors Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebekah, Rachel, and Leah, bless and heal all who are stricken. May the Holy One of Praise mercifully restore them to health and to vigor. May God grant them health of body, health of spirit, and of mind, and let us say, Amen. We continue now with the singing of Misha Berach.
bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
We take a few moments now for silent prayer and reflection.
Baruch atah, atah Adonai, haporei Sukkot shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael. Baruch atah, atah Adonai, haporei Sukkot shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael. Le'al Yerushalayim, le'al kol amo, le'al Yerushalayim, shalom. Le'al Yerushalayim, le'al kol amo, le'al Yerushalayim, shalom. Baruch atah, atah Adonai, haporei Sukkot shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo, shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo, shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael.
In 6 days, God created the heavens and the earth, and on the seventh day, God rested. It was rest not only for God, but for everything God had created. And rest was understood for us as humans, that not only do we rest, but we let our animals rest, we let those who work for us rest, we let our phones rest. Okay, that wasn't funny. I try. I never let my phone rest, which is why I need Shabbat to let my phone rest. But one of the things that God also created was joy and gladness, that it's not enough just to rest, but really, why do we rest? So that we are rejuvenated and nourished so that we could appreciate God's world. For when we go to the Olam Haba, to the world to come, God is not going to ask us about all of our accomplishments. God is going to ask us if we were our highest selves and if we enjoyed the world that God created for us. And so we take this time of gratitude and gladness, as well as the peace, the joy, and the love of Shabbat, to be thankful to God. We continue on the bottom of the page that says Sukkot with no page number. I noticed that. We're going to have to fix that for next year. Into this sanctuary, we have brought the symbols of Sukkot. The lulav that resembles the human spine, may we stand straight with courage and integrity. The myrtle, whose leaves are shaped like eyes, may we behold the beauty and grandeur of the universe. The willow, whose leaves resemble human lips, may we offer enduring words. The etrog, shaped like the human heart, may love guide us from selfishness to service. Together, God of Israel, let our harvest be shared with all. Oh, give thanks to the Eternal who is good, for your love is everlasting. Let Israel now say, your love. Let the house of Aaron now say, your love is everlasting. Let all who revere the Eternal now say, your love is everlasting. Blessed is the one who comes to seek God. We bless you from the house of God. You are my God, and I will thank you. You are my God, and I will exalt you. Oh, give thanks to the Lord, who is good. At this time, I'm going to ask Rabbi Weiner and our Director of Lifelong Learning, Marla Aviva Bentley, to come to the bima to help me demonstrate the proper way to shake the lulav and the etrog. Now, if you look at the etrog, first you should smell it because it is so fragrant and delicious smelling. You might be wearing perfume or cologne, and I'm sure it's lovely, but nothing is like the fragrance of the etrog. On the etrog, you will see a stem that attaches the etrog to the tree. And on the other side is something called the pitome. The pitome is what makes an etrog kosher. If for any reason the pitome falls off, is broken off, or is bitten off, it renders the etrog to be not kosher. And the proper way to bless the lulav and etrog is to start with the pitome down, facing down. You take the lulav, which is made up of the three species, the myrtle, the willow, and the palm. You put that in your right hand. You take the etrog with the pitome facing down. You hold them together, and you say the blessing, which is found on the page of the reading that we just did, which has no page number. But it says, on Sukkot, holding the lulav and etrog, we say together, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al netilat lulav. Then, after you say the blessing, you take the etrog and you turn it facing up. So the pitome is now up, directing toward God. But then we're going to shake the lulav and etrog together, not apart. We put them together and we shake them in 6 directions to symbolize that God's presence is everywhere. So, my fabulous lulav and etrog shakers, we're going to shake the lulav and etrog in front of us. To the right, to the left, up, down, back to the middle, to symbolize that God is all around us. And then we pass the lulav and etrog very carefully to the next person because we want to preserve the pitome. Now, if I had one of those signs that says no pitome breaks in how many years? In 6 years. We have not broken the pitome for the entirety of Sukkot, which is very unusual because usually when we give the etrog to the religious school students, invariably one of them drops it, pulls it off. It's okay. It does render it unkosher, but we're good, if you know what I'm saying. But we haven't had any etrog problems in a long time. Don't be the one who makes us change the sign. So, later tonight, Rabbi Weiner and Marla will remain in the sanctuary to tutor you, to give you a refresher on how to shake the lulav and etrog. I will be out in the sukkah, and you can come out with me. You can remain in here with them, whichever you prefer. There is no wrong way to shake the lulav and etrog. The only wrong way is to not participate in the shaking. It's good for your soul. All right, thank you. And now it's time for me to tell a fabulous Sukkot story. Sukkot is considered to be the festival par excellence. We are commanded to be joyful, as I mentioned earlier, that in Deuteronomy it tells us that you should be joyous on this festival, which means that even if you do not feel joyous, we should act as if we are joyous. Did you know that it takes 214 facial muscles to create a frown? So you really have to work to be dour. But if you smile, not only is it good for your face, it prevents wrinkles, just saying, but also it makes you feel inside more joyous. Your body physiologically does not know whether you are happy or not, because when you smile, it sends the message to your body that you are joyous. And so, next time you are angry, go ahead and smile and see what happens. It's a fight. It's your face having a fight with itself. Trust me, I've had this experience. But to be able to smile, don't clench your teeth, smile, and see what happens to your mood if it doesn't lift. King Solomon was said to have written the Song of Songs, which is a sensuous, erotic book in 8 chapters, all about love. Rabbis, of course, say it was not physical love, but rather God's love for God's people. Now, Solomon was purported to have had 700 wives and 300 concubines, so how he even had time to write Song of Songs is a mystery. But he was a writer, as was his father, King David, before him. Remember, King David wrote the Psalms, so that writing gene was in the family. Solomon was a lover of women, fine wine, and great stories. And this story is told about his journey from being a writer who could write the love story of Song of Songs in his younger days to the older, wiser, and a bit more pragmatic and practical old man in his last years of life when he supposedly wrote the book of Ecclesiastes. One day, King Solomon decided to humble his best minister, his most trusted minister and friend, named Benaiah ben Yehoiada. And he said to him, "Benaiah, there's a certain ring that I want you to bring to me. I wish to wear it for Sukkot," which back in the day gave Benaiah 6 months to find it. "If it exists anywhere on earth," Benaiah said, "I will find it and bring it to you. But tell me, King Solomon, what makes this ring so special?" "Oh," said Solomon, "it has magic powers. If a happy man looks at it, he becomes sad. And if a sad man looks at it, he becomes happy." Now, Solomon knew that no such ring existed in the world, but he wanted to give his minister a little taste of humility. Spring passed, and then summer, and still Benaiah had no idea where to find this ring. So on the night before Sukkot, he decided to take a walk in one of the poorest quarters of Jerusalem. He passed by a merchant who had set out the day's wares on a shabby carpet. Have you by any chance heard of a magic ring that makes the happy wearer forget his joy and the broken-hearted wearer forget his sorrows?" asked Benaiah. He watched the grandfather seller take a plain gold ring from his carpet, and he went and engraved something on it. When Benaiah read the words on the ring, his face broke into a wide smile. That night, the entire city welcomed in the holiday of Sukkot with great festivity. "Well, my friends," said King Solomon, "have you found what I sent you after?" All the ministers laughed, and Solomon himself smiled. But to everyone's surprise, Benaiah held up a small gold ring and declared, "Here it is, your majesty." And as soon as Solomon read the inscription, his smile vanished from his face. The jeweler had written 3 Hebrew letters on the gold band, Gimel, Zayin, Yud, which began the words Gam Ze Ya'avor, which in English means, "This too shall pass." At that moment, Solomon realized that all his wisdom and all his fabulous wealth and tremendous power were but fleeting things, for one day he would be nothing but dust. The book of Ecclesiastes, for all of its depressing opening, speaks of the joy of living. Go your way, eat your bread with joy, and drink your wine with a merry heart, for God has already accepted your works. Let your garments be always white, and let your head lack no ointment. Live joyfully with the wife whom you love all the days of your life, of your vanity. And that's in Ecclesiastes 9. And the message is clear. If life is fragile, love life that much more, and learn to embrace both the heartache and the joy, because this too shall pass. Shabbat Shalom, Chag Sameach.
So together we're going to sing those 3 words. Gam, Ze, Ya'avor. Sounds like this. Gam Ze Ya'avor. Gam Ze Ya'avor. This too shall pass. Gam Ze Ya'avor, Gam Ze Ya'avor, Gam Ze Ya'avor, Gam Ze Ya'avor. This too shall pass. Together, this too shall pass. Beautiful. We do it twice. On the second time, the composers put a little before you say pass. So it sounds like, this too shall pass. So give it that second time, just that little beat before you get to pass. Here we go. First time, Gam Ze, Gam Ze, Gam Ze Ya'avor, Gam Ze Ya'avor. This too shall pass. Good. Second time, Gam Ze, Gam Ze Ya'avor, Gam Ze Ya'avor. This too shall pass. Again, Gam Ze, Gam Ze Ya'avor. Beautiful. Gam Ze Ya'avor. This too shall pass. Second time, Gam Ze, Gam Ze Ya'avor, Gam Ze Ya'avor. This too shall pass. Beautiful.
Shabbat Shalom. I'm Mimi Paul Burnett. Thank you to our usher, Rebecca, and our greeter, Susanna, and our security team. Thank you, Cindy, for the music. Wow, look at this response. This is amazing. Thank you to everyone who contributed to our diaper drive. Wear your Big Ten swag to bagel breakfast this Sunday to celebrate the beginning of football season. If you or your family identify as interfaith, Jewish adjacent, multicultural, or anything in between, then you are invited to Jewish Plus Coffee and Connections, where you can talk with other people experiencing some of the same things you are. The first of these monthly discussions is this Sunday, October 1st. Join us next Friday for a Bring Your Own Shabbat dinner hosted by Director of Lifelong Learning, Marla Aviva Bentley. Then join us in celebrating Simchat Torah and consecration for our young religious school students. For more information on upcoming events, check out our weekly happenings email. Please join us after services for a wonderful oneg in the sukkah. Shabbat Shalom.
As we prepare to begin our concluding prayers, I am going to ask everyone who is part of the Triple T Young Professional Renamed New Branding group to come forward and help us open the Ark for Aleinu. If you choose to, I would love to have you. No pressure, but a little bit of pressure. And we continue with Aleinu, which is on the second to last page of our prayer packet. Will the congregation please rise?
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגור עלינו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא.
Please be seated.
ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו
At this time in our worship service, our thoughts turn to those who have departed this earth and whose yortzeit we commemorate this Shabbat. We recall with tremendous love Leifsha Bat Razel, mother of Robert Horowitz, David Mark Gilbert, brother of Jennifer Gilbert Gazinski, Gad Jacobson, father of Beryl Jacobson, Dorothy Paskind, mother of Harriet Heisler, Nancy Kramer, mother of Beverly Eisenhut, Eugene Irving Finnick, father of Robin Summers, Mayor Meyerowitz, grandfather of Carol Neimark, Rhoda Jaffe, sister-in-law of Carol Neimark, Bernice Olevsky, mother of Robin Channon, Helen Stamm, mother of Judith Frankel, grandmother of Daniel Frankel, Jacob Stern, grandfather of Elise Sirabasi, Serene Holtzman, aunt of Linda Mayer, Norman Schermaster, uncle of Muriel Finkel, Oscar Wasserman, father of Mark Wasserman, Isidore George Albert, father of Gail Kessler, Mervyn Goldberg, father of Catherine Goldberg, Frances H. Leibowitz, grandmother of Orrin Schwartz, Jay Daskell, father of Ellen Margulies, Harvey Estrin, father of Nancy Estrin Perlman, grandfather of Matthew Perlman, Evelyn Rosenberg, mother of Edward Rosenberg, Herbert Schoenfield, father of Rick Schoenfield, Ben Glass, and we mourn the recent passing of Arnold Zahn, father of Andrew Zahn, and Zelma Kahn, friend of Linda Siegel. Our griefs and sympathies, as together we recite Kadisha Tom, the Mourner's Kaddish. Will the congregation please rise? Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, bi'alma divrach chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon uvyomechon uv'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael, ba'agalal uvizman kari v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevorach leolam olmei amaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei dekudasha barichu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tush bechata v'nechemata da'amiran bi'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama Rabbah min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Osei shalom bimromav hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen.
V'imru amen. V'imru amen. V'imru amen. V'imru amen.
Please be seated. Our closing song this Shabbat is Chag Sameach. May we be blessed with a holiday of tremendous joy.
Chag Sameach, ya la 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 la. Chag Sameach, ya la 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 la. Shir, 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 Chag Sameach, ya la 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 la. Shir, 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 Chag Sameach, ya la 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 la. Chag Sameach, ya la 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 la. Chag Sameach, ya la 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 la. Shir, 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 Chag Sameach, ya la 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 la. Shir, 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 Chag Sameach, ya la 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 la.
And we conclude, because it is Shabbat and because we are going to have an oneg, with our long kiddush followed by motzi. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddeshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu l'shabbat kodsho be'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit ki hu yom tehillah lemikra'ei kodesh zecher l'tziat mitzrayim kivanu v'acharta v'yotanu kidashta mikol ha'amim v'shabbat kodecha v'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat. Amen. And we join together in motzi. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz b'te'avon.
May all of you be blessed with tremendous abundance, Shabbat peace, and most of all, God's love and joy. Shabbat Shalom, Chag Sameach. Okay, we have an oneg in the social hall, and for those adventure types who like to camp, let's go to the sukkah, and we'll wave the lulav and etrog and have a nice cookie.
Scott, you go first.
You want to go first, Scott? Shake. All right. Do you want to say the blessing or just shake it? Okay. So you're gonna hold it. Right. Hold up each arm over. Right. So you can do that. Okay. You're gonna go up, down, to the left, to the right, forward, backwards, but don't smack your dad in the face. Good job.
Are you gonna go on the social? Hi, Andrea. Start. Oh, sorry. This is down.
Well, this is up right now. So you're gonna, if you want to say the blessing, you're gonna turn it down, and then.
I don't have to say the blessing.
Okay.
It's okay. All right, so
Okay.
I'll keep it up.
Yep. So. Yep. There's 6. There you go. Yeah. Yeah. That's
Then
the
you
best part.
fight.
It smells so good.
Then you fight.
Yeah. That's the best part.
Yeah. To the front. To the right. To the left. To the down. Then up.
Yep. And behind you.
And behind me.
Behind's the one that we always forget.
All right. And then on guard.
Very good. Perfect. Hello. All right. Okay. Now the best part.
Daniel, flex your ass.
Do they make candles of this?
I don't know, but I wish they did. Here, hold them together. Yep.
Glad to be here tonight.
And like shake it. You're not gonna hurt it. Don't worry. Down. Forward. Backwards. To the left. And to the right. Beautiful. Nicely done. Hand it to your husband. Smells good. Good. It's my favorite smell of the whole year. Good job. Yeah. I mean, you can do that too. Pass it on, Daniel. Yeah, that's the best part.
Now what do we do?
Okay, so you're gonna go up, shake it, hold them together. Yep, you're gonna shake up, shake down, forward, backwards, to the left, to the right. And I step out of the way. Yeah. All right, and you're good.
I'll do it.
Yeah, why not?
Swap hands.
However you want to do it. Can't do it wrong.
I feel like there's a way to do it wrong.
I hold it backwards most of the time.
Great, I appreciate that.
All right, do you remember the directions?
No.
Okay, up, down, left, right, forward, backwards. There you go.
I did it.
You did it.
What should we do with our extra food?
You can put it in the fridge if you want.
I believe it's already in the fridge.
Amazing. So,
But I feel like this could be a situation where it very easily sits in the fridge for 3 days and gets thrown out.
so options. One, you can take some home with you, or if there are other Cherokee people who are here, like you want to take off the other
Do we
containers,
have
they can.
containers to give people?
And there'll be plates with like certain efforts in here. So we could definitely do that. If there's still leftovers, let Cameron know, and people who are working in the office on Monday can eat it. Really did.